ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः। ॐ समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। Hari Om, salutations to all. Today we see the glory of Bhagwan Omkareshwar. So listening to the Leelas of Bhagwan, chanting the name of Bhagwan is most auspicious, and Bhagwan's nature is Kalyana Swarup, Ananda Swarup. And when we listen to the Katha of Bhagwan, we also discover our nature to be that. The nature to be auspicious, of bliss. So, Omkareshwar Jyotirlinga, Kaverika Narmadayo Pavitre, Samagame Sajjana Taranaya, Sadaiva Mandha Tripure Vasantam, Omkaramisham Shivamekamide. This is a shloka for Omkareshwarji. In the 12 Jyotirlingas, in that shloka, there we see a lot of places, a little different version is there, where Saurashtre Somanatham cha, Sri Shaile Mallikarjunam, Ujjainyam Mahakalam, Omkaram, Amaleshwaram is what they will say. But as we saw, all of the places are in the seventh case, in. So Saurashtra, in Saurashtra, Sri Shaila, in Sri Shaila. So like that it is Ujjainyam Mahakalam, Omkare Parameshwaram. Now this Omkare Parameshwaram, this is a very unique Jyotirlinga in the sense the place is Omkareshwar, and so Bhagavan is called Omkareshwar. I mean, is Bhagavan manifested as Omkareshwar, so the place is called Omkareshwar. So that is one aspect, that in Omkareshwar, Parameshwara has manifested. So Omkare Parameshwaram. So the place Omkare, Bhagavan manifested, so Parameshwaram is written. But a different meaning of this is, there are two Jyotirlingas in this place, but they are considered one. So Omkareshwar has Omkareshwar Bhagavan as well as Parameshwara, who is the Amaleshwar Bhagavan. We will see that the whole story comes. So in the earlier shloka where we have Omkaram Amaleshwaram, it actually has to be Omkare Amaleshwaram. In Omkara, there is Amaleshwar Bhagavan also, and there is Omkareshwar Bhagavan also. So where is this place? In Madhya Pradesh, Omkareshwar, and Kaverika Narmadayo Pavitre. So there is a Sangam of Kaveri and Narmada. Now one thinks Kaveri is in the south. How did it come in Madhya Pradesh? Maybe that is Gupta Kaveri, which is flowing in Madhya Pradesh. That's because our thinking is like that. We think there is only one Kaveri. That is another Kaveri that is flowing there. Why should there be only one Kaveri? So we will see that also, how it flows. So Kaveri ka Narmadayo Pavitre. So there is a Sangam of Kaveri and Narmada. Samagame means Sangam. Sajjana Taranaya, for the emancipation or mukti of Sajjanas, all good people, sadhaks, devotees. Sadaiva Mandhatru Pure Vasantam. So in on the hill called Mandhata, from so the hill Mandhata which is there, the mountain, Narmada ji flows one side, Kaveri flows one side, and then there is a Sangam also that happens. That Parvat is supposed to be of the form of Omkar. And there Bhagwan has manifested on the banks of Kaveri Narmada Sangam, as well as where the Mandhata Parvat is. On the Mandhata Parvat, Bhagwan has manifested and he lives there Sada Vasantam. Sadaiva Mandhatra Pure Vasantam. Omkaramisham Shivamekam Ide. The Lord of Omkar. Omkar is the single syllable indicating the supreme truth. Sagun Nirakar it is actually. But then some Rishi Prajna Omkar form has come. So Omkar, one who is the Lord of Omkar, meaning the Lord indicated through Omkar. And who is none other than Omkar also. But that Supreme Lord only appears as Omkar through the sound symbol. So all the three are there in our Sanatan Dharma. Nirgun Nirakar, so pointers of the formless one can contemplate upon. Then Sagun Nirakar, that is Omkar, where Bhagavan has qualities but no form. Nirgun Nirakar means no qualities, no form, no attributes, nothing. So it is nameless, formless, attributeless, absolute truth. Second is Omkar, with Sagun Nirakar. So it is a sound symbol of Bhagavan. Generally, form does not come at that point in time because one is holding on to only the sound. Then there is Sagun Sakar. So where there is form of Bhagavan with quality. So Shivji, Vishnu Bhagavan, Ganesh Ji, Durga Devi, Hanuman Ji, all like that, so many forms. Bhagavan manifests as forms. So, and Bhagavan has qualities and will have Leelas and all this, Nama, Rupa, Guna, Kriya, Leela, Sambandh, Dham and Swarup. 8 aspects will be there. So that is Sagun Sakar. Each one is subtler than the other. Sagun Sakar is the simplest, little subtler is Sagun Nirakar, subtlest is the Nirgun Nirakar. All three are forms of worship. All three, whichever one takes, it will lead one to realization ultimately. One doesn't have to move like this in the order of subtlety. Each path can take one to realization. Now the point is that Omkar is Sagun Nirakar Upasana, holding on to the sound, and that sound symbol is indicating the supreme truth. And so Omkaram Isham can be split as Omkarascha Ishascha. That will become Dvandva Samas. Omkaram Isha, it has to become then. But if we do separate words, that Omkaram alag, Isham alag, then there is no problem. So the Lord who is Omkar, the Lord who is Isha, the ruler, or Omkaram Isham, is one word, because here they have given as one word. Omkaram Isham. So the Lord of Omkar, or the Lord indicated through Omkar. Omkaram Isham, Shivam Ekam Ide. And that, who is he? That he is Shiva. So I praise, I worship, glorify that Supreme Lord. Now this is Omkareshwar. What is the story here now? So it is said that Narad ji, he worshipped Gokarneshwar Shiva and extremely blissful, peaceful he was. And he is moving about and he comes to meet Vindhyachal Parvat, Vindhyagiri. So the Vindhyachal mountains in the middle of our country, we believe all of them are only the physical manifestations of a subtler form. So like we say Mother Ganga, so Ganga Devi. So Ganga Devi as an Adhidevic form exists. Adi Bhautik form, it is the river which is flowing. Ganga Putra is Bhishma. She had other seven children who were Ashtavasus actually, including Bhishma, 7 plus 1, 8. Seven of them she drowned in the Gangaji because they had to get liberated from a curse. So like that, there is a Adi Bhautik Roop and Adi Daivik Roop, and then Adhyatmik Roop is the spiritual nature. Ganga in the spiritual nature is the self. This is self knowledge, which is self. So, same way, Vindhya mountain, Vindhyachal Parvat has a Adhidaivik Roop. So, Naradji meets him, Vindhyagiri, and they talk, they have some satsang, and as they interact, so Naradji is welcomed and Vindhyagiri, worships him. He is a great Maharshi and Brahmaji's son, great devotee of Bhagavan Vishnu. So Vindhyagiri is very pleased, very happy, and very lovingly he welcomes him, offers him, the seat, and then washes his feet, gives him food to eat. All that happens, and then as they are talking, Naradji recognizes that this Vindhyagiri has a little pride that I am Sarvaguna Sampanna, you know, and I have great wealth on the mountains also. I'm very rich, wealthy, prosperous. So he has a little slight ahankar of that. And so Naradji decided that this ahankar has to be eliminated because that causes all sorrow. One of the deepest causes of sorrow is our ego because ego has attachments and that attachments definitely will bring sorrow. And ego manifests in forms of attachment, resistance, insistence, selfishness, which becomes the cause of all the other anger, greed, jealousy, passion, intoxication, delusion, all those six vikars. Root cause is ego, taking things very personally, having a certain superiority or even inferiority in the mind. So Naradji thought that his kalyan should happen, his uh, for his well-being, his ego must be reduced, surrendered to Bhagwan. So what did Naradji do? He said, so he started breathing heavily, exhaling out heavily. So suddenly when he started doing that Vindhyagiri, he said, Naradji, what happened to you? Are you all right? He said, yes, I am all right, but uh, I'm just worried for you. And that's why my breath, I feel little breathless. So he says, why, what happened? He said that, you are no doubt Sarvaguna Sampanna, but Meru Parvat far excels you. Meru Parvat, look at the height of Meru Parvat, it goes up to Swarga. And your ranges are limited. And hence, those who worship Meru, those who go to Meru, even they can reach up to Devalok. And on the Meru Parvat, many devatas They are, casually like a garden walk, so like that they are strolling, they are enjoying, they are moving about. And so it's a very divine Parvat. And in front of Meru, you are limited. Now, when he said that, Vindhyagiri felt very bad. He was sad that, you know, I am all Sarvaguna Sampanna and I am prosperous, etc. But Meru is much more than me. Now he is feeling sad. So what does he do? So he starts worshipping Bhagwan Sadashiva. And in which form? As Omkar. And so when he starts worshipping Bhagwan in the form of Omkar, uh, he does, he creates a Parthivalinga and puts the symbol of Om on that also. And he's worshipping Bhagwan in 6 months' time. So he does everyday puja, archana, dhyan, all that. And fully the mind is immersed in Bhagavat Seva, Bhagavat Upasana, Aradhana. 6 months' time, Bhagwan gives darshan to him. And when Bhagwan manifests there, along with uh, Vindhya, at that point in time, many rishis, devatas, they all also come there. They also want to have darshan of Bhagwan, so they all also come there. And Bhagwan says that I am very pleased with you, all the tapasya that you have done, bhakti, shraddha that you have. And for my devotee, nothing is impossible. Ask what you will, what do you want, and I will fulfill whatever you seek. So Bhagwan says to him, Vindhyagiri says to Bhagwan that if you are very pleased with me, then please bless me with Sadbuddhi to achieve success in any endeavor. Whatever we take up, may I have Sadbuddhi first. See, that's what he asked. Siddhi Pradayini Sadbuddhi. And please bless me with that Sadbuddhi. See, this is the beautiful aspect here. We'll come to this now. Um, Bhagwan blesses him that Parvatraj, I bless you with this Siddhi Pradayini Sadbuddhi, and with that, may you attain success in whatever you take up and live in bliss, happiness. May you be successful. Now, why did he ask this? Because see, the point is, it started with a jealousy in his mind that, oh, Meru Parvat is greater than me, I am lesser. But bhakti is that which will actually make us full, complete. When we compare with each other, then we feel, oh, that person is greater and I am lesser. Then we try to come up to that level. Then we find there somebody else is greater than that also. There is no end to that. What we have to do, we have to anchor within. The heart has to be full. And that sadbuddhi, when we have, bhakti is there, sadbuddhi is there. That's all we require. Externally, yes, whatever we can do to keep growing, we keep evolving, have some goals, work hard, achieve what success we want to achieve, no problem. But internally, one should not have that feeling that I am lesser than anybody or somebody is greater than me, because those are all roles that we are playing. Beautiful line in chess when we used to play chess, so the king and the pawn go back to the same box. The king and the pawn go back to the same box. Once we finish the play, when the each of those are taken out, then we put This is the king, this is the queen, and this is the rook, and this is the camel, and whatever, the elephant, and all that, and the same soldier. And each of them have specific powers. But when you finish the game, all go back to the same box. We come from Bhagwan, all of us. Go back to Bhagwan. Roles we are playing. In that, we play our role to the best of ability. Oh, yeah, somebody's, some position, some power, someone holds. How does it matter? The truth is, our Swarupa is the same. We are Brahman, we are infinite consciousness, we are one with Bhagwan. If that is understood, then rest of it is one Leela, one sport, not Leela, it's a sport. Leela word we use for Bhagwan. Once we realize oneness with Bhagwan, then it is Leela only for us also. Till then, it is our sadhana. We play our roles, no jealousy, no comparison. How much time goes unnecessary comparing, and how much uh, pressure we take up upon ourselves because of that comparison. If my neighbor has achieved something, why do I have to achieve it? Not required. If somebody has a car, why should I have? If somebody's children are studying in a particular school only, why should my children also go there only? On the merit of it, if we feel it is necessary, okay, this school has great education, we want to send. That's a different point. Yesterday, I was reading one flower seller's son insists that I want iPhone. And that flower seller says, no, we can't afford, sorry, I can't get you iPhone and all. This boy does not eat food for 3 days, throw such tantrums. Now that mother has to buy. So she went and got one and gave it to him. Think about that. What what is there in the mind of that boy? That he feels worthy only if he has that iPhone. He feels happy only if there is a if he feels that my parents love me only if they gave me this. Otherwise, he is ready to throw tantrums and even end his life. What is that? How much we feel lesser about ourselves till we don't achieve something. That's because one, we don't focus within. Second, we do comparison outside. And then third, we feel that after I get that, then I will become better. Nothing will happen. If the heart is empty, no matter how much we get, we will still feel empty only. Because the cause is not out there. The cause is not that something is going to make me feel better. For some time, yes, I may feel. Again, something else will come up. The cause is inner bliss is not there. The cause is the right vision and attitude is not there. If the vision is only wrong, my happiness depends on other people, on something else that I get, some object, some position, some power, some praise, some appreciation. My happiness depends on all these. That wrong vision only becomes sorrowful, creates all sorrow, no matter how much one gets. So that's why this prayer by Vindhyagiri is very powerful. See, the reason why, so this is where we have to understand the Sarva Guna Sampanna. So when he has good qualities, those good qualities make him think that, really speaking, why do I feel sad? Why do I feel lesser? He introspects, then understands, oh, that is because my anchoring is not there in bhakti. He could have taken the other path. He says, no, I will also become great. I will worship Bhagwan Shiva. I will get powers from him and I will tell him, make me greater than Meru also. But he didn't ask any of that. He said, you please give me Sadbuddhi, because this Sadbuddhi is all that is required. Bhakti is anyway having, and Bhagwan has manifested. He says, I am pleased with your bhakti. So Bhagwan, Kripa is already there in that sense. So he introspected and he asks, please bless me with Sadbuddhi. Siddhi Pradayini Sadbuddhi. So that Sadbuddhi, if it is there, whatever Siddhi one gets also, it will not go into the head. One. Two, Sadbuddhi is such that one does not depend on Siddhi for one's self-esteem. If Siddhi comes, success comes, very good. If it doesn't come, Ram Ram. I did my best. I keep doing my best. That's it. Very inspiring. Some of our athletes, if you see, Neeraj Chopra, he attempted, attained silver, but he says no time for regret, no time for celebration. I am back to training. See that mindset. Equanimous in success, equanimous even if one last time he won in Tokyo the gold, now it is silver, but no regret. Did the best for the country. Again back to training. So the mindset has to be like that. The right vision if one has, the right attitude one has, and one is doing one's best. One feels happy. We got the opportunity, we are serving, we are attaining various things. What more is required? If this simple thing we understand and our children, youngsters, they look at us and understand this, life will be so much more inspiring. Otherwise, young people getting into drugs, depression, suicide, all kinds of tantrums one is throwing. Why? Because this basic thing is not clear. I plus object is equal to happiness. That is the equation we have created. Vedanta says you drop the dependency on the object. I is equal to happiness. That is our nature. So Vindhyagiri, he asked Bhagavan, please bless me with this Sadbuddhi, Siddhi Pradayini Sadbuddhi. Then Devatas, Rishis, many of them have come there. So Vindhyagiri, along with all of them, request Bhagavan that please you be here only and bless everyone with this kind of Sadbuddhi. And so Bhagavan manifests and stays there in the form of the Jyotirlinga. And so this Jyotirlinga gets, what we can say, Bhagavan appears in two places. And so the Omkar, so the Sadashiva who was worshipped as Omkar, that remains as Omkareshwar on the Mandhata mountain, and the Parthiva Linga that was worshipped by Vindhyagiri. So Bhagavan who is Omkareshwar, uh, who was worshipped by Vindhyagiri, that Omkareshwar Bhagavan is on the Mandhata mountain, manifest there, and the specific Parthiva Linga, because Bhagavan manifests there as a Jyotirlinga, and then that Jyotirling becomes the Omkareshwar. Then the Parthiv Ling which is there, which he has worshipped, Vindhyagiri has worshipped, that moves to uh, opposite side. So Narmadaji is there, Omkareshwar, and then the rest of the land which is there. So on the other side of Narmadaji. So when we come in a vehicle, etc., we have Amaleshwar first, then we take a boat, go across Narmadaji, then come to Omkareshwar. So that is Amaleshwar. So now that is the specific linga that he worshipped, Vindhyagiri. From there also, now one says, oh, that linga was cut and put there, oh my God. No, no. So that Bhagavan manifested again from that linga also, and that has gone and appears there in the form of Amaleshwar Linga. So both are Jyotis. Both are Jyotirlinga, that's why. It's not that this linga is lifted and put there. Parthiv Linga, I told you, Vilay happens there only, no? So Bhagavan's Jyoti manifests from there and goes, establishes there. So that's what is said here. That is Amaleshwar Shiva or Parameshwara. So Parameshwar, Amaleshwar on one side, Omkareshwar on the other side. So this is given in Shiv Puran, Koti Rudra Samhita, 18 chapter, 22 to 24 verse. Omkaram chaiva yallingam ekam tachadvidha gatam pranave chaiva omkaram Nama Sitsa Sada Shivaha. So Omkaram Chaiva Yallingam. That which is Omkara, which is one linga. Ekam Tatcha Dvidhas Gatam. This one supreme truth or Shiva Tattva has become two in this context. Pranave Chaiva Omkaram. That Omkar, the Shiva Tattva indicated by Omkar, Namasit sa Sadashiva. That is Sadashiva Bhagwan, indicated by Omkar. That Bhagwan is called Omkareshwar, who is the Lord of Omkar, revealed through Omkar. He is there. Then Parthivechaiva Yajjatam Tadasit Parameshwaraha Bhaktabhishta Pradau Chobhau Bhukti Mukti Pradau Dvijaha. Parthivechaiva Yajjatam. The Jyoti which appeared from the Parthiva. Tadasit Parameshwaraha. That is Parameshwara. Now, don't think, oh, that is Parameshwara, this is Omti Omkareshwara. Both are same, Baba. Name Omkareshwar, Parameshwar. So, Bhaktabhishta Pradau Chobhau. Both of them, Omkareshwarji and Parameshwar or Amaleshwar, both of them will bless the devotee with whatever they seek. And Bhukti Mukti Pradau. It will give Bhukti also, Mukti also to all the seekers, Dvijas, Brahmanas, devotees, Bhaktas, anybody. Tat Pujam cha tada Chakruhu Devascha Rishayastatha. So both of them were worshipped by Devatas, Rishis. Prapur Prapur Varananekanscha Santoshya Vrishabhadvajam. And they attained many, many boons having pleased Bhagavan Rishabhadvaja, who is Shivji. So now, one beautiful thing I came to know from a sadhu. He calls himself Mamleshwar Giri, Mamleshwar Giri. During my Narmada Parikrama, Uttar Tat, which I did last year, that time I met him. And very Tejasvi sadhu. His eyes are blue in color and old. So we had nice satsang. In that, he told me that now the dam has been built in Omkareshwar. So the water flow is regulated. But otherwise, Narmada Ji, when the dam was not built there, the flow of Narmada Ji was tremendous and lots of whirlpools in Narmada Ji, in that place in Omkareshwar. And he used to say that, and that he has experienced also, and he used to say that earlier times when people used to go and take out some Banalinga, some stones, they will actually see the form of Om on those. How? Because of the formation of the whirlpools and it keeps on rotating, that stone also gets certain forms, certain various formations happen on the stone. So he would say that Omkareshwar Bhagwan is there, no doubt, but lingas that you get there also, earlier they would have, the vague form of Om, sometimes very clear, it will be there. So, Omkareshwar Bhagwan. Now, this Omkareshwar is on the Mandhata mountain. So there is one story that Mandhata Raja, he was in the Ikshvaku Vamsha. He is the ancestor of Muchkund Raja, Ambarish Raja, yeah. So he is the ancestor of them. So this Mandhata, King Mandhata has done tapasya there on that particular mountain and worshipped Bhagavan Shiva there. And from that time, that place is called Mandhata Tirtha. Bhagavan manifested there also. And there are 68 tirthas as well as 33 crore devatas on that Mandhata mountain, is what the Shastra says. Now, It is also said that one may do many Tirthayatras, but one must bring water from different Tirthayatras wherever one has gone and then come and offer it on Omkareshwarji. That is one sadhana that one can do. And it is said that Tirthayatras become complete only when you visit Omkareshwarji and do the Abhishek there. And it's also on the banks of Narmada Ji, so it is said that the uh, punya that one gets by doing Ganga Snan for 7 days and Yamuna Snan for 15 days, one gets just by having darshan of Narmada Ji. So that way, this place is very, very sacred. And Kuber also has done tapasya there, established a linga, and you will find Kuber Bhandari also. Kuber Bhandari is another place on the Narmada Parikrama, but here also there is a Kuber Mandir. People do the parikrama of the whole Mandhata mountain because Omkareshwar Ji, so as we said, the Mandhata Parvat is apparently of the form, looks similar to Omkar. And where in Omkar we put Chandra Bindu, there is the Omkareshwar Mandir. So about 7-8 kilometers is the parikrama. So generally when we finish Narmada parikrama, then we go across and then offer jal to Omkareshwarji and then do the Mandhata parikrama also, which is actually Omkareshwarji's parikrama because Omkareshwar is up here and then we are doing full parikrama like that. So this parikrama happens and where is this, who is this Kaveri? So this Kaveri also is from the Jata of Bhagwan Shiva. This is not the Kaveri which we think of in the south. This Kaveri also is specifically from the Jata of Bhagwan Shiva. And of course, when Bhagwan manifested there, so one part of the river is flowing. That's the bhav here at Kaveri and Narmada, and then the Sangam happens. Then it is also said here that this specific linga, Omkareshwar linga, is not exactly below in the in the Shikhara. Because Bhagwan has manifested and is there in the natural form, Swayambhu form. So it is not exactly in the center of the Shikhara, below in the Shikhara. And the mandir is quite small. Those of you who have gone, you know that Omkareshwarji's darshan, passage is little narrow and then one goes, does the darshan there. And there is Parvatiji's Murti, there is Panchamukhi Ganeshji outside. Now, on the second floor, if you see there are 3 floors. Generally, we go only to the first floor, on the top floor, and then do the darshan of Omkareshwarji and come out. But there is second floor, and there is Mahakaleshwar Lingamurti there, and third floor there is Vaidyanatheshwar Lingamurti. These two are exactly below in the Shikhar. And Mandhata, when we do the parikrama, there is a small parikrama, there is a big parikrama. Big parikrama is 7 kilometers, small parikrama is just around the temple, I think. So there on the Mandhata mountain, Bhagwan has manifested in different forms and beautiful mandirs. One is Gauri Somnath Mandir, big linga is there, very beautiful one, Gauri Somnath Mandir. Then there is Rinamochana, Rinamukteshwar Shiva. That is also another very nice mandir, Rinamukteshwar Shiva. So one takes bath in the Kaveri Sangam and then goes up. Rinamukteshwar Shiva is there. Rinamukteshwar is so nice name. One who frees us from all debts. Meaning not only the financial debts. That frees us meaning one has to work hard. Bhagavan will give the karma phala, free us from debts, etc. But karmic debts, that is the important part. One who frees us from all the karmic debts, makes us realize Aham Brahmasmi, I am not the Jiva, burns away all our Sanchit karma. Rinamukteshwar Shiva. In Narmada Parikrama, when we go, lot of places we find this name of Bhagwan. I didn't know this name of Bhagwan before I did the Parikrama. At Rajghat in Badwani also there is Rinamukteshwar Shiva. Here also Mandhata Rinamukteshwar Shiva. Many places it comes. So, beautiful mandir of Rinamukteshwar Shiva is there. Gauri Somnath is there. Then there is Siddheshwar. Now that Siddheshwar mandir is dilapidated. But otherwise, all these are various forms of Bhagwan who is manifested in this sacred mountain, and that's why it's considered very important. And one does the parikrama of that. Then, um, so this is about Omkareshwar Ji. Now it is said that the jal which is offered to Omkareshwar Ji goes straight into Narmada Ji. Now, so if you see some of the Brahmanas there, that's what it is written here, that some of the Brahmanas, they will keep their hand below the linga, because anything offered, if something precious is there, will go away into Narmada Ji, so they will collect it. So there's some direct connection, it seems, because it's on the mountain and there's a stone formation, and there must be some porous things where the water flows and then goes into Narmada Ji. So this is the glory of Omkareshwar Ji. Here the Mahatmya, it is said, देवस्थान समम्येतत् मत्प्रसादात् भविष्यति अन्नदानं तपपूजा तथा प्राण विसर्जनम ये कुर्वन्ति नरास्तेषां शिवलोक निवासनम. So this is a very sacred place, Devasthanam Hyetat, and Matprasadat Bhavishyati. Skanda Puran, Reva Khand, chapter 22. Annadanam, Tapa, Puja, Japa, and even Prana Visarjanam, Ye Kurvanti Narastesham. They who drop their bodies here, who do Tapa, Puja, Annadan, etc., attain Shivaloka. अमराणां शतैश्चैव सेवितो ह्यमरेश्वरः तथैव ऋषिसङ्घश्च तेन पुण्यतमो महान्. Again Revakhand, but this is chapter 28, 133rd shloka. So Amaleshwar Tirtha, many crores of devatas, rishis, siddhas, all of them are worshipping Bhagwan there, and that's why this is a very glorious sacred place. So this is Omkareshwar Ji. So today we will worship Bhagwan through Omkar. We will chant Omkar, and our bhav is Omkar is Bhagwan, and Omkar is that supreme truth consciousness which is Shiva. The sound Omkar, Akara, Ukara, and Makara. When we chant Om, our focus is the waker, the dreamer, the deep sleeper. Is not me. The silence which is there before the Om, during the Om, after the Om, which is called fourth state of awareness, Turiya. That is me. That is consciousness. So that is the bhav, which is Nirgun Nirakar. Sagun Nirakar is we focus only on the sound of Omkar. If there is no other form that comes in the mind at that point in time, I am only able to focus on the sound and have the bhav that this sound is the symbol of Supreme. So I am chanting Bhagwan's name and focusing only on the sound. Bhagwan is manifesting through the sound. And if I need the form, then yes, visualize Omkar and the Linga. So let me see, I can share that. So I'm sharing just one picture, which is Omkar and the Linga. If you need a picture, you can use this. This is just one option, it's not that only this you. If you want to worship any other form, you can worship. I mean, any other way. You want to have Om on the Linga, you want to have only Om, that is up to you. This is just one option. Okay, let's start. Sit erect, the head, the neck, and the spine in a straight line. Close your eyes gently. Relax your shoulders. Let your hands be in your lap, palms facing the sky. Come to a comfortable posture without any strain in any part of the body. Invoke gratitude in your heart. Thank Bhagwan for all the sadbuddhi that we have, for the values we follow. May we anchor within. May we have bhakti. Thank Bhagwan for all His grace that we are able to meditate. Invoke Him in our heart. Worship Him in our heart. When our heart is filled with bhakti, when our intellect has the right vision, we feel fulfilled. Thank Bhagwan for bhakti, thank Bhagwan for sadbuddhi. We may pray that Bhagwan's blessings help us to increase bhakti and sadbuddhi. But before that, we thank Bhagwan for already what He has blessed us with. May we not compare with others and feel lesser or superior. May we abide in bhakti, in jnana, in Shiva. Suggest to your mind that for the next 30 minutes I am steady and still without any movements. For the next 30 minutes I am alert, awake and quiet. I am only a devotee, a seeker. For the next 30 minutes, my goal is self-realization. As you repeat this to your mind, feel that you are steady and still, you are alert and awake, and you are only a seeker. Feel it, visualize it. Relax the body with the chanting of Shiva. With Shi, take the deep breath. Flood the body with energy and light. With Va, exhale and let go of any stress or strain. You don't have to chant with me. Just follow the breathing. Inhale with Shi, exhale with Va. Do it slowly, steadily, and deeply. There should be no jerks. Gradual and smooth. Exhale all the air. Shi. Va. Shi. Va. Shi. Va.
Continue to breathe at your own pace and be aware of each and every breath. The body is breathing. I am watching. The body is an equipment that I have. I am not the body. Breathing is also a function of the body. I am only a witness of it. In the space between the two eyebrows or in your heart, visualize a circle of white light and invoke the auspicious form of your Sadguru or the form of Bhagwan if you don't have a Guru. Feel that you are in front of the Guru. Express your devotion and surrender. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat
परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव त्वमेव सर्वं गुरुदेवदेव। Offer some flowers at the feet of your Guru. Perform a pradakshina, prostrate in front of the Guru. Repose the Guru back into your heart. If you like, you can visualize the form of Bhagavan Omkar with a Shivalinga, or if you like, just focus on the sound. We invoke Bhagavan Shiva in the form of Omkar. Omkaram bindu sanyuktam nityam dhyayanti yoginaha kamadam mokshadam chaiva Omkaraya namo namaha. Omkara with the bindu on whom the yogis meditate constantly. Omkar is Bhagavan who fulfills desires, Kamadam, and who frees us from desire, Mokshadam. To that Omkar Bhagavan, my salutation. We invoke Bhagavan Omkareshwar Ji, Kaverika Narmadayo Pavitre Samagame Sajjanataranaya Sadaiva Mandha Tripure Vasantam Omkaramisham Shivamekамide Omkaramisham Shivamekамide. At the Sangam of Kaveri and Narmada on the Mandhata mountain, Bhagwan is always there for the devotees to grant them mukti. To that Omkareshwar Bhagwan, who is the Lord, who is Shiva, my prostrations. So with this bhav, we chant Omkar. Om. 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 ओ ओ ओ ओ ओ ओ ओ ओ ओ Oh. Continue mentally. Omkar is Shiva. Shiva is consciousness. Omkar is consciousness. I am consciousness. I am not the waker. I am not the dreamer. I am not the deep sleeper. Akara, Ukara, and Makara. I am the Turiya, the fourth state of awareness. I am consciousness. I am bliss. I am existence. I am Sachidananda Swarupa. I am the witness of all the changes in the body, mind, and intellect. I am the substratum of the whole universe. In me, the consciousness, the world arises, stays, and dissolves. I am that Omkar. Which is in the source of creation, which alone appears as the creation. which goes back into the creation, goes back into it. I am not the Jiva, I am Shiva, pure consciousness. With the grace of Bhagavan Omkar, Bhagavan Parameshwara, may we realize this truth of our oneness with Omkareshwara and Parameshwara. If you like, you can offer some flowers to the form of Bhagavan Omkar or to the Linga, perform a pradakshina and prostrate in front of Bhagavan. Feel that the grace and blessings of Bhagavan pervade your being. The body, the mind, and the intellect are filled with His light alone. And so we surrender to that Bhagavan. Be aware of your breath. Be aware of the body. Be aware of the happenings around you. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhave. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Rub your palms, place them on the face, and then open the eyes. Any questions? Hari Om.